Lexus defined the luxury crossover market over 10 years ago when they introduced the very first RX. You see, back then, if you wanted an SUV, it was based on a truck platform. Lexus had the idea, we'll build it on a car platform. That gives luxury buyers the smooth ride that they want, and it matches it to the utility that they require. This is the 2010 RX350. It's the third generation RX. And by the way, since 2003, the RX has been made in Canada. It's the only plant outside of Japan that makes Lexus products. Unlike the Toyota Highlander, Lexus decided not to balloon the size, essentially keeping it the same size as the outgoing model with minor tweaks to adjust for styling. The original RX was quite dainty or feminine, and car companies have since learned that even though drivers want a sophisticated ride, they still want their SUV to convey a sense of ruggedness, and this new RX has a more muscular, sculpted look. The RX is continuing to be sold as a hybrid version. This is the 350 gasoline version, which is what we're going to focus on for this review. 17-inch wheels are the base wheel. You can upsell and get the 18-inch wheels if you like. I like the addition of the chrome piece along the bottom of the door, which separates the door from the rocker panel. But this is a bit of a trick because the rocker panel is actually included in the door. What's the benefit of that? You're closer to the vehicle when you step inside, making it easier. Since the size is unchanged, the RX remains a 5-seater. There's no third row offered, which makes the Acura MDX a desirable option for buyers requiring more room. The power rear liftgate is an option, and I think it should be included in a luxury vehicle, but I guess there has to be an upsell somewhere. The cargo area has been improved due to the reconfiguration of the suspension, so now struts don't intrude as much into the cargo floor. The rear seats not only fold down for more cargo, they also slide back and forth for more or less legroom. Well, inside this new RX is exactly what you would expect from Lexus, the kind of refinement, the fit and finish, the level of materials that come with a luxury product. It's nicely broken up with silver and wood and black, and it's all trimmed out very nicely. Now, with this vehicle, they've done something interesting. The old dash used to end here with the shift gate, but they've extended it on this model, and it's a floating design. So underneath the console is a hollow area for extra storage. The dash is broken up into an upper and lower quadrant. The upper is for information to see with your eyes. The lower is for interacting with the vehicle. Now, it's very futuristic. It's going to appeal to young buyers, and it has this new system that's called the Remote Touch. This system is basically an enlarged mouse, and it feels perfect in the driver's hands. Instead of rotating a specific function on the screen, the mouse actually tracks to the command that is needed, which is really much more natural. The interface system is complicated, but much of the complication comes from it being unfamiliar. So after time, the driver will learn the operations. In the first few days with the RX, we found it kind of hard to save and find radio stations, and the driver needs to use the interface to be effective in the control of the vehicle. I much prefer the Infinity system that lets the driver decide to use or not use the computer. But come on, Lexus, come on, Toyota. There's one thing that we haven't really brought up in other reviews of your products in the past, but we're going to do it this time because it bugs us. The cheap digital clock. First of all, it always looks kind of blurry, and it looks so 1988, and it cheapens an overall perfect interior. Fix that up, come on. The RX starts at just under $47,000 and includes power cloth seats, tilt and telescopic steering, XM radio, push-button start, Bluetooth connectivity, and automatic climate control. This top ultra-premium version has a killer Mark Levinson stereo, rear seat entertainment, voice-activated navigation system, parking assist including backup camera, USB audio interface, and more, and it costs over $62,000. Lexus has a reputation for producing smooth, quiet, refined, luxurious vehicles. But some people find them a little bit boring. And those kind of drivers tend to lean towards the German performance trucks. Now that Lexus has boosted the horsepower slightly and included a 6-speed automatic instead of a 5-speed, the RX feels more responsive. Power is 275 horsepower, up from 270, and torque is rated at 257 foot-pounds. Now, this new RX has a brand new multi-link rear suspension, and they've tweaked the front rack, and it feels more responsive to me. It's not in the same class as, say, the BMW X5 or the beautiful Infiniti FX, but it is better. Parking the RX is easier now with the optional backup camera, which allows the driver to select between the main rear camera and side curb camera to prevent not only bumper scrapes but also wheel rash. By the way, the wheels on the RX are now placed a little bit wider, and it gives the vehicle a more sure-footed, planted feel. In Canada, all-wheel drive is standard, unlike the US where front-wheel drive is still an option. But the all-wheel drive system offers the best of both worlds. In normal driving conditions, the RX sends the power to the front wheels, or can move the torque to the wheels with the most grip. Plus, the driver can lock the torque to equally distribute 50% to the front and back. Most Canadians will welcome standard all-wheel drive. I'm glad to see that they didn't put the continuously variable transmission that's in the hybrid model into the regular gasoline version. Thank you. Well, that original RX was a pioneer way back in 1998, and it had the market to itself in the luxury crossover segment. But what's happened since then? A whole bunch of players have come onto the field. So if you're somebody that wants performance, you can shoot off and get the FX maybe from Infiniti or a BMW X5. If you want pure luxury, you can go maybe to that Buick Enclave. But I think the RX kind of shoots right up the middle. It gives a combination of both, and it provides a lot of technology for people that are looking for that. This definitely is going to be a player. It's the best-selling Lexus in Canada, and it'll continue to be.
For complete specs, go to our website at drivingtelevision.com.